on moral grounds. For example, the morality of separate residential areas in the cities of the Union, pass laws, lack of voting rights, and so on. How would you reply to this?
As far as residential areas are concerned, the practical situation is that until about 10 years ago, there were no residential areas for urban Bantu people. It is only in the last few years that such areas were set aside on a planned basis and developed at a terrific pace, as you can see all around you. This housing scheme, which now houses more than 30,000 urban Bantu who work in Pretoria, was a bare plain a mere 4 years ago. I think that is a complete answer to the so-called immorality of separate residential areas. In the political field, we are creating an outlet in that we are proclaiming Bantu authorities in all the major Bantu areas of the Union. We have already brought into life more than 300 such authorities where Bantu who have the inclination, the training, and the moral courage to start developing their own people can do so with all possible assistance from the government.
In Africa, a black state prepares for independence. But this time there's a difference. For this state's not being freed from the traditional form of colonial rule. It's the Transkei, actually part of South Africa, and the first of the Bantu homelands to achieve independence under the terms of South Africa's policy of separate racial development. Just how real that independence will be is a question on which South African views differ from the rest of the world's. The Transkei is an area the size of Switzerland, bordering Lesotho. It's the traditional region of the Xhosa tribe and the first of 8 similar homelands which South Africa plans to bring to independence in the future. Umtata, the Transkei capital, is a town of 25,000 and still retains much of its quiet provincial atmosphere. But things are beginning to change. The main evidence that this will be a capital city is the new government administration building, which towers 12 stories over the rest of the town. Though there doesn't seem much likelihood that it'll be finished in time for Independence Day, some government departments are already working on the lower floors, while builders complete the remainder. When the work's finished, it's estimated it'll have cost almost 14 million rand. The name of the building's to be that of Paramount Chief Botha Sikau, the man tipped as the Transkei's first president. Outside Umtata, this will be the president's palace. Attached, the official residences of the Prime Minister and 4 top members of his cabinet. But the red brick palace won't be ready before next summer. A new airport to serve Umtata is being completed at a cost of 10 million rand, but there are doubts it too will be operational by independence. Though the 2-kilometre runway is designed with jets in mind, it still isn't properly clear. A temporary sports stadium has been erected at a cost of 300,000 rand, especially for the celebrations on October 26th. It will seat 25,000 with standing room for 10,000 more.
In this connection, it's been said that the South African woman, the white woman, occupies a privileged position in the world because of the abundance of servants and cheap labor here. Wouldn't this somehow conflict with what you're trying to do, arouse women to a protest?
Yes, it does. I think that we are very privileged women in that we are not tied to the kitchen sink as so many women are in other parts of the world. And I think that is all the more reason why women should play their full part in the duties of an individual in a democracy. We feel that democracy cannot work unless every individual knows what her obligations are in a democracy.
But I think you're putting the standard of morals very low if you reckon that we are going to go on supporting apartheid just in order to keep our servants.
One final question.